fault, 'cause it's not love. Chasing away hangovers and lying about hang-ups. At some point I stopped paying attention to all the things I said in agreement. My lack of tenderness is my only grievance. It was like a body for the end of our world. Once bit through teeth and singing, go away, girl. Disregarding what kept us chatting was a weakness we share forever. I fall in love when things went wrong. Fall in love when things went wrong. Fall in love when things go wrong. Fall in love when things go wrong. Split cigarettes in your parked car. And I wanna know who I am when you are not around, because I found eventually I'm the only one around. I'm happy now that I'm waiting for the calm down. I'll fall in love when things go wrong. Fall in love when things go wrong. Fall in love when things go wrong. Fall in love when things go wrong.
Yeah.
All right, welcome to another episode of Puny Couch. Today we have on Pro Wrestling the Band.
Hello.
Thanks for coming on.
Hello.
Thanks for having us.
Well, two of the band. You guys are normally what, 4-piece electric?
Yes, Quattro.
Yes, we are a 4-piece electric rock band
From London, Ontario.
from London, Ontario, Canada. Right now it's just Danny
And Nate.
Nathan.
Right on.
Yeah.
So let's start with the origins. How you guys kind of formed, and as well the band name. It's an interesting band name.
Very
Pro
interesting
wrestling.
band.
Well, we started kind of just in the pandemic. It was in the pandemic for sure. It was something that me and Nathan had talked about for years. We've been coworkers at a record shop in London while he was in another band and I was in a bunch of other bands. So it kind of just never made any sense to do it time-wise until we were forced to pause everything. And then Nate started texting me asking if I wanted to play, and I said yes. And that's kind of how we started in the storage units of London, Ontario, Canada.
Mm-hmm. We almost ended up a hardcore band too. Like the first riffs we were jamming were like for like a minute.
Yeah.
We're like just like punk rock riffs.
It was like it was gonna be like Hot Snakes or like some sort of hardcore, some like the Bronx.
Yeah.
We had our friend Patrick come in to play bass for a long time. He played bass for a while, then played guitar. For a while, good like 5 years, so quite a while. And the name itself comes from nothing.
Not a
It
thing.
was just because I was watching a lot of pro wrestling, and I was like, let's call our band Pro Wrestling. It was that or like Metallica or the Beatles, or like I was like, let's steal something that's going to be super funny. Because at the time, it was kind of like the entire world was on pause and we weren't sure if shows were ever going to come back. So we had no plans.
Yeah.
So when we named our band, we didn't give it a whole lot of thought. We were just like, let's call it Pro Wrestling. And then one of them tacked on the band, and at the end, we don't sing songs about pro wrestling at all.
But that's the time to watch pro wrestling when the world is shut down.
Yeah.
Nothing else to watch. Let's get some
Exactly.
WWE.
I think AEW was really hitting it off
Oh,
at that time too. So like we kind of I was watching so much of it. I'm like, let's call the band that, and we were just like, yeah, we may never play a show.
Yeah.
Had we decided to take our band more seriously, we might not have been pro wrestling the band. But I like it.
Yeah.
I'm down.
It's a cool band name.
Yeah, once it sticks, right?
Yeah, there's no going back now.
Yeah, there's no going back. The only problem that I have with it at all in general is just people thinking that we are a pro wrestling band. Like we have people come out with Hangman Adam Page shirts on, we'll sit in the front row, or like ask one of the dudes about CM Punk or Cody Rhodes' his last matches, and no one has any answers for him. So.
Except for you. I always
Yeah.
just turn them to you.
Yeah.
Well, while we're on the subject, what's your creme de la creme of wrestlers? Top 3 of all time.
Of all time,
Of all time.
Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
There you go.
Yeah, I know that those are like some big names, but
Oh,
they're
those are the
big
best,
for a
though.
reason.
For a
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
Yeah. I don't have any.
No.
No. I learned what a heel turn heel turn?
Yeah.
I learned what a heel turn was like a month ago.
Oh, you're in the wrong band.
I know.
Yeah.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Is like when people come up to me, they're like, "Do you see like the match of like the heel turn and Cena?" And I'm like, "Nope," but I'm sure Dan did. So
I trust it was good.
yeah, that's kind of like exactly why we may have gone with another band name. It's just a joke at that
Yeah.
point. With all the respect to the wrestlers and everything they do.
Well,
but-
that's all we're going to talk about today. I'm
Yeah.
just-
okay.
Yeah,
okay,
perfect.
great. Yeah,
One last question on it, then I won't even bring it up again.
sure. Yeah.
What would be your entrance song? Your walkout song? What would you do?
Probably like, is it that Prince song? You don't have to be rich to be my girl.
Say, you don't have to be rich to be my girl. You don't have to be cool to rule my world.
You don't have to. Like, I just like the way that starts. I think that would really get the crowd to just pop. As soon as that came on, like there'd be a silence before all the lights would fall, and then a pink light would come out because Brett's colors.
Yeah.
And I think that song by Prince would come on.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it's called. But I know that that's the perfect entrance music for me, who I would be as a
Yeah.
wrestler.
It's got sprinkles of HBK in there too.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and it would have that. Like, I feel like it would be the next Yeet. Like everyone in the whole auditorium would be doing it. It'd be great.
Nate probably hasn't learned the yeet yet.
No, but honestly, the opening riff to "Dirty Deeds" would
Oh,
be,
yeah.
I think, my walkout song.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
the bam, bam, bam. Yeah, that'd be mine.
That's sick.
You would be a good wrestler too. I mean, like,
Well,
you got
we've-
the size on you, man. Like, you're like what, like 6'7", 6'8"?
No,
It's just the
6'3".
guy that doesn't even give a shit about it. He's just
Yeah.
crushing.
Yeah, we're like, you know what? You could do it. Like,
Well, not to plug, but we might have experienced dressing up and acting as wrestlers for something that's going to be coming out soon.
Oh, all right.
So we leaned into it a little bit, just tongue in cheek, but
Music video or
I don't know.
maybe
Maybe. Who knows? But
top secret?
yeah.
Is it like an OnlyFans? Like,
Yeah.
it's an OnlyFans. We dress up as wrestlers, but you know,
We put more clothes on the more you pay. So
yeah.
Nice. Right on. Well, back to the music.
Yeah.
You guys dropped your full-length album this year called Fallen in Love With.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Congrats on that. Is there anything you can tell us about that album or anything you want the listeners to know, like while they're listening to it, like anything specific?
Well, it's a collection of singles, right? Like we kind of were, again, going back to like we weren't sure what we were doing in the first couple of years. So when we started writing songs, we knew we wanted to record them. So we just started releasing them as single after single. And eventually it just kind of came up like, do we want to put it all on a record and just have them kind of live in one spot forever? So it's a collection of different EPs and singles. It's not like a full length record. Like we didn't sit down and write it and like conceptualize it and like have all these
Over a
ideas.
period of time.
Yeah, it was just like the first 5 years. Like I always kind of look at it like, you know, that Black Flag record, like the first 4 years, like that's our kind of
That's cool.
our kind of first 4 years. Like it just is a collection of different singles and EPs. Really, it has a lot of Pat Briggs who was in the band at the time of those releases. So a lot of his songs are on there. Yeah, kind of. Ross Miller did the artwork. We got that released by Grooves Records in London, Ontario, which is where I work. Yeah, so it's kind of nice when your boss is like, you want to put out a record?
I think Craig is the only one in the band who hasn't worked at Grooves too.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, back to the artwork. We think it really vibes well with the songs. Who did you say created it?
Ross Miller,
He
Okay.
was in the Dirty Nil. He was in what was the
Single
two-piece?
Mothers. He was in Sideman.
Sideman.
Cool.
Yeah, he's just kind of like a known.
So that's
Player.
not anybody in the band that's in there? Oh, okay. It kind of looked like one of you for some reason. I thought it was
Oh,
maybe
no, it's
Nate
just like
kicking you or something.
Yeah, he just did like a clip, like a collage art kind of deal, and
Oh,
then
okay,
sent
cool.
it, and it was like fit the album perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I originally, like it was me doing a lot of the single artwork and stuff like that, and it just kind of got beyond what I was able to do. Like, so we outsourced.
It's a cool design. Like it really meshes well with like your band's brand. Like when I first saw it and started diving into you guys, I was like, it fits perfectly. It's like I knew looking at the album, it's almost like I knew exactly what I was going to hear when I was listening to it. It works really well.
That's
Thank you.
awesome. Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, as soon as I got the proofs back, I was like, this looks like a Buzzcocks record. Let's go. Like, let's do it.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
And then back to the record store thing, just to touch on it. What's it like working in a record store? I've never really talked to anyone who's worked in one. Like,
Well, it's pretty awesome.
yeah, I can imagine.
That's what
right?
you think.
You just spin whatever you want at any time.
We have our turns, so you have to listen to everyone else's pick at the same time. No, I mean, kind of working at a record store during the vinyl boom, because I think now we're past the point of people coming in daily. Well, they still do, but the daily, I hear records are coming back.
Yeah.
Here it's coming back. It's like, it's back. It's official.
Do you guys do records? Like, did you press your album on
Yeah,
vinyl?
this was
Yeah.
on vinyl.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was put out on vinyl. It was all recorded and mixed and mastered by Kyle Ashbourne, who we've done all our recording with. But yeah, to go back to your question, working at a record store is awesome. Like I don't hate my job.
Yeah.
Like you sacrifice a little bit. Like I don't get paid as well as maybe other people do at their jobs, but I have a job that I don't hate, so that
That's awesome.
it evens out. You
So
know,
it's a good environment to be in. for
yeah,
sure. Yeah.
absolutely.
Go to work
Especially-
happy?
Yeah, I get to do music all of the time, so that's cool.
Awesome.
And you got all your bandmates from there.
Basically, yeah, yeah. I'm a bartender now, but I worked there for a couple of years, 5-6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Cool.
and Bob's works there too now.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's housed everybody except Craig, honestly.
And he comes in as often as
often.
a scheduled worker.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what do you guys got going on for 2026? Got anything you want to promote? It sounds like you might have a secret little wrestling thing going on.
2026. I don't know how much. We didn't talk about how much we're going to talk about. Which,
Okay, we're talking about all of it.
yeah, we could talk about all of it.
Who cares?
Okay, great. There's a release happening in 2026, an EP that's going to come out in April. This is an EP that's not just a collection of singles. It was like written kind of as a unit.
Cool.
And then the big tour for this year that we're going to announce on Valentine's Day,
Yeah.
actually, is the UK. For us, it's the second time. We're also taking our best friends in Dealbreaker. I'm actually wearing their T-shirt right now.
Sick.
1-800-DEALBREAKER, and they're from Niagara, and they hit us up, I think, about a year ago to play some shows on the road to Pooza. And it's covered in dog hair. Sorry about that. And since then, we've been besties. Honestly, play with them all over Ontario, and hit it off right away. And then we the UK talks came again. We were going to go again, and they always wanted to go, so
Nice.
we booked it all together. It was a team effort, honestly. So that's going to be announced on Valentine's Day, and then we got a bunch of other cool stuff going on as well. But those are the big two.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's
Big two
exciting.
is EP and tour.
And two are
Yeah, that's exciting stuff.
and hometown shows, but we, those will be announced when they're announced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on, boys.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear the EP.
Thanks.
It's going to be sweet. Well, let's hear a couple more songs.
Cool.
Let's get into her.
You want to play something off the EP?
Whatever you want to do, boo.
Let's do Tarps.
Seeing glass in the embankment, and a mile past the downtown is tormenting. Snow to the spread if it breathes along. They don't teach you much about being alone. Teach you much about living on the top of London. Snow to the spread if it breaks along. If there was a place I can go better than here, don't you think I'd be there? If there was a place I can go better than here, don't you think I'd be there? Canvas quivers in the cold, and I sucked up through a straw tin foil. Stand as you can for secondhand bites and opinions. If there was a place I can go better than here, don't you think I'd be there? If there was a place I can go better than here, don't you think I'd be there? There was a place I can go better than here. Don't you think I'd be there? If there was a place I can go better than here, don't you think I'd be there? I wanna drink until my eyes fall right out, and words bubble like blood from my mouth. If every night is the last night that you might do this, maybe the problem's bigger than you think it is. Maybe we just said goodnight. We don't wait around for the last time. I got a bad habit of being the last in line. I got a bad habit of being the last in line. I got a bad habit of being the one who's crying. I got a bad habit of being the last in line.
Well, before we get too far into the next segment, I gotta ask, one of your most popular songs there, who's Sarah?
Sarah is kind of, everybody knows a Sarah. Honestly, that name just fit in very well. Like, if I'm being very honest. We were working on that song. It was one of our earlier songs that we wrote. And the name Sarah just fit really well. I kind of like naturally started singing it. It's nobody in particular. Like, I think that the song itself is kind of like the story of a bar in our hometown of London called the Richmond. And I think that it kind of tells the story of two people falling in and out of love over the course of a couple or too many beers at the Richmond Tavern. That's kind of what the story is about. It's fictitious. I don't have like an actual person that it was written about, but everyone knows a Sarah, and everyone loves a Sarah. So people love singing that song along.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah. I'm married to a Sarah.
You're married to a Sarah?
I am married
All right.
to a Sarah.
I've had a lot of
He's
people.
like, there you go. That's who it is.
Yeah, that's who it's about, man. No, I've had a lot of people coming up who say that they're dating a Sarah or they're like married to a Sarah. We know like so many Sarahs that every time we play our hometown, we call out a different Sarah that it's about. But realistically, it's not about a girl named Sarah.
Yeah.
But
cool.
if you want it to be, it is.
It's about the idea of a Sarah.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's about the syllables in Sarah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of your hometown there, you mentioned Richmond again. You guys are from London. What was it like growing up in London as a band? And the scene in general, what do you guys like about it? What do you dislike about it?
The scene in general, when I was growing up, was amazing. It was, is fostering a word? It fostered me. And, you know, I was in a band, 10 years ago now. And we were 16, like when we started. I think I was only 20 when I left. But like people like Dan's band that he is still in, actually, Waste Potential, and like people in that, they were like 10, 15 years older than me, took us under their wing and really showed us, no, this is the bar you play, you know, this is how you should practice, and, you know, don't drink a case of beer before you go on stage, all that kind of shit. Still did it once, and fell off the stool, and, you know, the whole deal. But the scene was great back then. I can't speak to it now, quite honestly, just because I'm so far removed from it. But places like the Richmond and Palisade and I'm forgetting some are still trying to like keep that going.
Yeah.
But it's hard without like your small independent places like Call the Office and all those places. So, but when I was growing up, it was great. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's still great. It kind of it ebbs and flows. It's something I've done since I was like 15, like his same age, and something I've always been a part of was the local scene. I know that there's a lot still happening. You just have to look for it when you're in London. Like you wouldn't, it seems like a locals only kind of vibe to it for the most part, which is like, cool, I guess.
Is there anything you would change?
I wish that we had another bar or venue that was of the same size of Call the Office and the same reputation that we had of Call the Office. The supply and demand has been great with which is an extension of Beer Lab. Our friends own that, and they kind of have taken to becoming something similar to a Call the Office vibe, but way more upscale. It's not an actual dive. People like have elevated the dive term, but Call the Office was an actual fucking dive.
I worked there.
It was bad, you know.
That was a great spot.
It was a great spot if you were in there for like 20 minutes. It was, in my brief stint there, it was, you know, I was opening beer bottles with gloves on, and it was freezing cold in the winter and blazing hot in the summer. I love the supply and demand, and Holy Diver is doing it as well. I wish that supply and demand or Holy Diver or one of those spots had like a proper venue, you know, like just a whole of a room, you know, because supply and demand is lovely and they're doing everything they can, and so is Holy Diver. But Crystal at Diver was asking me like, can you guys come play and stuff? And I was like, quite honestly, we just don't fit on your stage.
Mm.
But yeah, there's lots of spots.
Yeah. What's been your most proudest show, or like any show looking back on that, like you really, really liked?
Always looking forward, man.
Yeah.
You know, we have like one of our first shows was at Rum Runners with Stuck Out Here.
Mm-hmm.
That was a huge show. That was fantastic and awesome.
I think we hit cap at that one too. Like there was like 300 people out of that show.
Yeah.
That would have been just like right after COVID too.
Yeah, so
Like,
there was
people
that
were
boom.
like excited. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a definite boom that we benefited of.
Yes.
benefited out of.
Honestly, looking forward, man. Like Dan and I live about 6 months to a year in advance in our heads, just booking and planning and stuff. So I'm psyched on like stuff that we haven't announced yet, you know, and that's kind of what gets me up in the morning, quite honestly.
Probably highlight though is meeting Dealbreaker, like kind of
Yeah.
just meeting a band, like because we met Dealbreaker around the same time that we decided to be more serious about what we were doing, and they were also just starting up. Like it was kind of like a second go for us, having been a band in the pandemic and not knowing what we were going to do, like where our minds were everywhere else. But when we met Dealbreaker, it kind of reignited what's fun about playing in a band, like,
that's cool.
and what you can do with playing in a band. So it was just like, I'd say playing with Dealbreaker is a highlight for us.
Yeah. I'm the youngest person in this band by a year. Craig's 29, I think. But, you know, I'm the one, I think, who gets into the, okay, you're almost 30. Let's go get a job. Like that kind of vibe I get in my head about like once a year. But meeting Dealbreaker boys, not that they're old. They're
No.
not old.
No,
But they're like got a couple years on me. I think they're your age around.
I think they're younger than me. I'm an
Okay.
old man. I like when me and Nate like grew up together or whatever, I was already like probably, I think I'm like 8 years older than Nate.
You were a full adult.
Yeah.
When I was a
I'm
little.
like, he's like talking about getting a job, and I'm like, I've already forgotten that.
Yeah.
I already know it. Like, I don't know. I look at the Hold Steady and the National and bands that were like in their late 30s. I'm like, you see, it's not stupid.
Possible.
Like, I
Meeting
can
Dealbreaker,
do it.
though, it was like reignited that for me for sure. Like it gave me like, oh no, we're fine.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
Let's keep doing it.
I'm sure just going to the UK tour with them too is going to really spark a lot, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be probably really a cool show.
And like Dan and I keep saying like going on the road and stuff is the best, but it's the best for us because we get to exist only to play music. Like you wake up and that's your only thing that you have to do that day, and everything in your day revolves around getting on stage.
And you won't regret those experiences when you're
No.
older, right? So
No, and I'll still be doing them. Quite honestly, like I'm like, no, I'll be driving a van and playing drums in a band until I can't walk. You know?
Yeah. But back to what you said, like, you don't regret it. Like, I don't ever think about the bill that got missed that day or the money that I lost out on or whatever. But I do think about those good times.
Yeah.
Those times we had playing together. And yeah, we're just looking forward to making more of those. I think that's going to be really fun.
And this is one of those memories.
Yes.
Awesome.
Hello.
Here on Puny Couch.
Glad to have you, boys.
Yeah.
thank you.
Hell yeah.
All right, we'll pivot here and ask if you were to pick one genre that shaped you guys, like your guys' music, what would you pick?
Oh God.
I'd say, like, that shaped our music. Our personalities were shaped by the punk community and, like, the hardcore, like, punk world. But musically, I think it's, like, Tom Petty and the Menzingers.
Just go out and spin it right now. You know, I can take this. I'm taking this pretty well. I think, you know, I can handle me myself. I'm going to be okay. I think, you know, this is an adult situation, you know. I'm going to have to act very adult about this, you know. So if you want to go, you just go. This is your life. I got my life. Everything is going to just be like when we were Texas, and your American muscle car. I found American for once in my life. I never felt it again. So all good things should fall apart. So all good things should fall apart.
Somehow has been, like, one of the biggest things. Like, we're always like Craig will always do a guitar solo.
Classic rock.
And we're like, coming from the punk world, like, that's maybe weirder. That's
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I guess do the second guitar solo. Like, you know, we have like this new EP that we were talking about. I think there's 2 guitar solos on every song.
And they're all Craig.
Yeah, because Craig is such a classic rock guy, and that's where I get the Tom Petty from. And it's like, I love the storytelling of like the Menzingers and the storytelling of like the Pogues and Bob Dylan and different writers like that. Hold Steady, obviously, Craig Finn. So yeah, but I think that for the most part, we're going for that like, let's go Tom Petty. Let's get everyone up in the air and just their hands in the air. Sorry. And just screaming the lyrics along.
That's cool.
Yeah, like shaped us as a band is that, and then like personally, it was all kind of punk rock. Like the first show I ever went to was the Bronx
Yeah.
with Single Mothers.
That's sweet.
You know, and they're still my favorite bands to this day.
That's awesome.
So,
Well, speaking on punk rock, I'm going to hand you guys a sheet here, and there's
Yeah.
going to be 15 albums on it.
oh no,
You can only keep 3 of them.
you can get rid of all of them.
You passing one?
Yeah.
So I have to keep 3.
You can only keep 3 of these albums.
I'm keeping The Offspring. You have the wrong AFI on here.
Black Sails?
No, the Halloween EP is my thing.
Oh, yeah. It's a good EP.
Yeah,
I think it was right before. Or
This
yeah,
was
it was right before Art of Drowning. No, the Halloween EP.
Oh, it was right before this?
Yeah.
Okay. You can keep Milo, The Offspring, and oh god, My Chemical Romance, I think.
You're gonna go My Chem.
It was either that or the Blue
MCR,
album, but I
bruh.
hate Weezer. So
You hate Weezer?
I can't stand it.
Okay.
I saw Weezer by accident when I was watching Waiting for Alexis on Fire.
By accident.
Like I was in the Alexis on Fire stage at Riot Fest, and Weezer was playing like right next door, and so we were all just like turned at a 20-degree angle watching.
You're like, oh, fuck.
And I was like, oh, cool.
So you hate Weezer enough, but you'd still pick them over like all the other albums?
I just don't. Yeah, like if Bob was here, he would pick Blink-182 for real. Like that would be his hands down.
That's fair.
Yeah. What about you? Enough
Me?
of me hating on stuff. What about you?
I like a lot of these records. I think these are all great records. If I'm gonna pick like 3 that I have to keep, though, it's probably going to be Weezer Blue album, much to your chagrin. I just like it's
So
undeniable.
you'd see him on purpose.
Yeah, I'd see them on purpose. I saw them open for Blink-182 when Blink did the first
Reunion?
reunion, the
Nice.
first reunion, yeah. So that was cool. I'd pick the Blue album. It's like solid, I think it's 9 songs, 10 songs, and it's just flawless pop. Just great. Big guitars. Woke up the other day and had the Sweater song stuck in my head. And just went down a rabbit hole of watching their early videos. So that was cool. I'll take the Weezer album. I'll do Descendants because I remember washing dishes like for allowance when I was like 11 or something like that to go to our local, a different record shop, but also in London, also great, Speed City, to buy that on CD. They had that whole thing, like all of their CDs were $20 and less. So I did dishes for a week and went and got Descendants. I got Summary instead of Milo Goes to College, and then I went back and got Milo Goes to College. And I also got the 7-inch Minor Threat demos.
Nice.
It's very good.
Nice.
Very good. Yeah. And see, like so many of these records have big meanings to me. I'm going to go with Blink-182 because I don't know. That's just a flawless record. That has my favorite song, Wendy Clear, one of my favorite songs by them. I remember when that record came out. That was one of the most pivotal moments of my life. So I think Enema, just based purely off of like
Nostalgia.
influence and nostalgia and impact, what it would do after the fact. I don't really revisit it too often, but every time I do, I'm like swarmed with different emotions. I remember every single word. Like I've joked a million times singing along to this record that someday I will be sitting in a nursing home in like a corner in a wheelchair just singing Wendy Clear
Yeah.
or something like that.
There's something beautiful about that too. When you hear something from your childhood or like a younger days, it's like it's almost like a blast from the past that you can feel exactly where you were at that time. You remember everything about it. You're like, wow.
Yeah, exactly. Like I remember my friend had one of those. Every time I think of this record, I think about my friend had like one of those cars that rewound VHSs. It was like a fast speed rewinder in this like car shell, and I remember that because we'd listen to Blink-182 Enema of the State at his house, and I don't know why that pops into my head, but it does every time I hear this record. I love Enema of the State.
The one that, like the emotion brings you back every time I hear the self-titled Single Mothers thing. I'm like,
Oh, the Single Mothers record?
yeah, like the self-titled EP.
It's
like,
a good one.
because that's what they were touring when I saw them first.
You know who I haven't had a moment with yet is Jeff Rosenstock.
I was gonna give him a special shout out too.
You love Jeff Rosenstock?
I like Jeff Rosenstock a lot, and like when I was going through my huge pup phase, that's when I was like, oh, who's Jeff Rosenstock? Because they would do everything together.
Yeah.
Right? Like States, Canada, whatever.
Yeah.
I think they still tour together.
They
quite
still,
often.
and they're like best friends, I think, in the whole deal. He's American, I think.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah. But yeah, the Worry record is like awesome. It's not quite what I'm into anymore, but it's just like when I was going through my pup phase, it was like Jeff and pup at the same time.
We were lucky enough in a different band I played with to open up for Jeff Rosenstock on the Worry tour, and it was very cool for our guitar player because I remember he being a big fan of me, being like, I don't get it, I don't understand. But there's Laura Stevenson and Jeff Rosenstock.
Oh, that's sick.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome, boys.
Any new bands you guys want to give a shout out to that maybe you guys have been listening to more recently?
Like locally,
Just
Lorette.
anything.
Locally,
Green
or
Day?
maybe something you just something you just recently discovered. Maybe that's
Yeah, we always
either
like
big or small.
discovering stuff for ourselves too. So
Yeah.
if you got any recommendations or anything you've been spinning lately,
I was gonna go through my phone, but it's in the van.
You left your phone in the van?
I left my phone in the
Oh,
van.
it's gonna
It's
freeze.
gonna be cold, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, quite honestly, like
I think you listened to like the Bronx
Single Mothers
and Black Sabbath
and Black Sabbath.
exclusively.
Yeah, I'm in like I don't know, man. Like I've been on a real AC/DC kick.
damn.
What's your
Yeah.
go-to record?
So with AC/DC, I can't do a record. I gotta do the hits.
Okay, what's your number one hit?
Right now it's like Rock and Roll Train, man. Like that is like I know
Oh,
it's
wow.
Oh,
later,
new shit, yeah.
Damn.
but it's like that to me is how to.
Have you heard
Write a
their
rock song.
Have you heard their new one, Rock and Roll Spaceship?
No, I have not.
I'm just joking. It's not.
But like Rock and Roll Train is like I was telling my wife, I was like, "Okay, you gotta listen to this song." I was nerding out so hard. I was like, "Okay, it's the same riff the whole time,"
Yeah.
and then it's like all they do is take out the bass.
That's Angus.
That rocks.
And then pre-chorus, the bass comes in, and instead of like palm muting and single notes, they just go to power chords for the chorus with a thumping bass. And I was like, it's the same notes. And the bass player just stands there.
Yeah.
And then he's like, boom, 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 boom. And then it feels like a chorus.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like Livewire, where it's
Yeah.
just the whole note, like the same note the whole time, and it's
Same
just
thing.
incredible.
I was like, that is how you write a rock song. And they've been doing it for 40 years.
So you're a Brian Johnson guy over a Bon Scott guy then?
No, okay. So the thing, I was
It's a touchy
Craig.
subject.
Craig and I were having this conversation over beers, and Craig is like such a Bon Scott fan that he has a doll, like an action figure, still in the box of Bon Scott, and he has Bon Scott style tattoos. Like he got
Yeah.
2 forearm small tattoos.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
he loves this man. AC/DC fan as well. But we were going on about how, okay, like Bon Scott arguably has a better voice, you know, still the growl, but he can actually has a range and everything. But then my point is I don't think you would have Back in Black the way that we have it if
that's a good
Brian
point,
hadn't
yeah.
have done it. And I don't think
Absolutely.
it would be like the #1 selling rock album of all time
Yeah.
if Bon Scott had done it.
Yeah.
Um,
In the history of like a replacement singer for all these bands that have replaced somebody, Brian Johnson's got to be in the top
Gotta
tier,
be it.
right? Like, because
Yeah.
he's phenomenal.
also, have you seen him singing in the 80s with an afro? It's the best thing ever.
In the hat.
He's like got a hat and an
Yeah.
afro coming out, and
Yeah.
he's singing like dance tunes, and he's like on the TV.
Oh, you mean like before AC/DC?
Before
Yeah, I
AC/DC,
saw that.
It's amazing.
That would have been in the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's unreal.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm the worst person to ask for local and
No, that's,
Local and new.
No, that was good.
that was a good answer.
I love that. I've also been going back a lot and listening to a lot of Epics in Minutes or by Fucked Up. It's like a hardcore band from Toronto. They rule. I mean, everyone knows who Fucked Up is. They have this record called Epics in Minutes, which I think is just also a collection of their singles, their early singles and early stuff. I've been listening to a lot of Poison Idea and a lot of Wire. Yeah, like Pink Flag by Wire. I actually was listening to one of Wire's like 2015 records that I'd never checked out before and was pleasantly like really into it, like very surprised.
There's something about the British punk that just hits differently too, like that post-punk Brit. I don't know if it's the accent or what it is, but fuck it, I love it.
It's the attitude.
I think it's like there's some sort of attitude. There's some sort of just like minimalist. Like they know what to keep in and what to keep out. Like it's just kind of like it's almost haunting. Like I was joking the other day. I was listening to like Blossom Dearie and all these different like jazz singers and stuff like that, and Peggy Lee and Sarah Vaughan. I was listening to all these jazz singers because like that's all I want to listen to in the wintertime is like all these old like jazz singers.
I wish you shelter from the storm, a cozy fire to keep you warm, but most of all, when snowflakes fall, I wish you love.
Metal. Like as heavy as it can get, like Obituary or something like that, or like Wire. So I was listening to some Wire yesterday.
Oh yeah,
it was good. Other than that, I'm very excited for the new Angel Dust record. So
Deal Breaker. They just released something this year.
They're going to.
Oh, they're going to. Sorry.
And it's really good.
Yeah, we might have had a sneak peek. Maybe that's why I thought it was released.
Cool.
Are you guys playing around here, like London, with Deal Breaker when they come at all?
So yes, we're naturally with the release. You know, we're going to play our hometown, and that's going to be announced soon as well.
Cool.
And maybe Deal Breaker will be there
Right on.
with us. You know.
Sounds like we gotta check this Deal Breaker out.
Yeah,
you have
they're
to check
great.
out Deal Breaker. Everyone has to check out Deal Breaker. Honestly, they're one of the most fun bands live too.
Yep.
Which is like anybody can be fun live. It's always like it's the worst when you go back and you're like, fuck, I want to check that band out again. Like, and you press play and you're like, not there. Didn't get it. The songs actually suck. They're just really good live. Hopefully people do that for us, or to us. They think that we suck after the show. But Deal Breaker is one of the bands that like they follow it up. They have this like really good live show, and then they have a really great collection of songs. King Size is great. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, boys, it's been a pleasure having you guys on.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Nice
having us.
question.
Appreciate it.
We'll get your last song here.
Cool.
Was a big weird year and a shitty week. Tonight I'm going through hell, don't come looking for me. Slipped out of pace in a violent way. Tonight I'm going through hell, don't come looking for me. Tonight I'm going through hell, don't come looking for me. Every snow speck of hell brush my cheek. Tonight I'm going through hell, don't come looking for me. These dancing shines cover the moon's light. Tonight I'm going through city.